Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, Nigerian journalist, pharmacist, and PR specialist. It's January 16th, 2024. There are a lot of things going on in the world right now that no one has explanations for. But I feel that if you listen to me, you might be able to learn something. Today is January 16th, 2024. The war in Israel and Palestine started on October 7th. It was a Saturday. I woke up and what I saw had no excuse. Palestinian terrorists came from gliders into a music festival and shooting people randomly. They were knocking door to door in Israel and killing people. After Benjamin Netanyahu spoke at UNGA, United Nations General Assembly, saying that there will be peace in the land, they started war again. Now, if you're taking the side of Israel or you're taking the side of Palestine, you need to be very careful. I don't get into religious conflict anymore, and I don't cover conflict. I covered Iraq and Afghanistan. We were in Baghdad, we were in Fallujah. I did a lot of work, and I came back with PTSD, aside from the fact that one of our colleagues even died there from the desert sand and DVT. That would be David Bloom, NBC News. Some of you remember that very well. My son, Rich KJT, was only 2 years old, going on 3. My mom picked him up and took him away to the UK while I was working. There was so much, that I came back with. And that's one of my worst incidents of PTSD. I have been persecuted as a journalist in Nigeria. I was locked up 6 months, for something I didn't do. So the level of PTSD I have, I can't get involved in many things. But in your day-to-day activities, there are things that will affect you and they'll work against you. I'm seeing Black Americans saying that they're not getting involved in the war because of Palestinians and that the Arabs loved slavery. And so therefore it's not their fight. Whether the Arabs love slavery or not, taking side is not the thing. A lot of people are boycotting several businesses, that have to do with Israel, and they're siding Palestine. A lot of places, there are protests all over the world, blocking airports, blocking things. Those things don't make sense. Whoever you want to support, you can support. But I'm coming to my country, Nigeria, where a prophet pastor, TB Joshua, has been exposed by the BBC of so many sexual atrocities, fake miracles, name it. We all saw the documentary. The documentary is shocking, and the church has refused to speak out. They've hired PR experts to be doing videos all over the place, and even his son has spoken. We don't need that now. It's never going to work. The point remains, get away from religious conflict. Don't get involved. Be careful what you're posting on social media. People are watching. I just got off the phone with the United States Embassy, not the one in Nigeria, in another country. And all for me to hear from a visa officer that I happen to know. I called there for something else, but a visa officer that I happen to know works there, and what she told me was shocking. They're watching all your postings on TB Joshua. Be careful. Don't let it affect anything you're doing, You don't have TB Joshua's money. You're not on his will. You don't go to his church. Stay away from that religious conflict between a huge media outlet and a church. Be careful. Some of you are writing, I like TB Joshua just like that, whatever he did. And then you're going to the American Embassy to collect a visa, and they've read your postings online. They don't like stuff like that. The British Embassy, same thing. If you're going to get a British visa, don't write any crazy stuff supporting TB Joshua. He's not here to support you and get your visa for you and pay your school fees in the UK. Don't get involved in religious conflict when it comes to all these countries. Be careful what you are posting. And that's what my visa friend told me, my visa employee at the US Embassy. They're reading everything we're writing. Be careful writing these things on social media if you need to get something from these countries later. Thanks for listening.